Hello, long time no see. This is collecting 100 of every item in the game. Well, I say every item in the game, and it's just those that are renewable, stackable, and yeah, not banners. I don't want to be here till I'm 60. That would not be ideal. But yeah, it's a pretty tedious task, but I love collecting stuff, so yeah, here we go. What have I been doing since the first episode? Well, you'll notice this horrible looking thing here. It's a base of some sorts. It's kind of something. Didn't take that long, but I really like it. I think it's fun, unique, cool, Mondrian, kind of, I don't know, made out of gemspark walls. Took a lot from this tiny little diamond farm here. Ugh. But yeah, what are some of the features? It's got like a crafting area. It's pretty, yeah, it's not the best. This little storage area with some like key ingredients, which is helpful. But apart from that, not much. This little switch is important though. This heads up to a mob switch, which turns off all enemy spawning around the map, which is really, really helpful. And this is a world load detector. So whenever I join in the world, this is automatically turned on. Super, super handy, because I do not like enemies. But for this tour, well, we'll need probably enemies. I'm also in hard mode now, which is, has its ups and downs. But yeah, I just thought I'd need to start killing bosses, which is, well, this is the main storage area. I haven't actually hooked up most of these to storage options. That's future project sort of vibe. We got this for every single boss, just to collect all of their kind of stackable items. For most of them, they've got like one or two or almost nothing, which is not ideal. But for some of them, we're getting there. Like all the mech bosses are now done. This didn't take too long actually. It was just did this in a Get Fixed Boy world with Occam's razor, not Occam, which, made it easy. You can get all the stackable items from these treasure bags when I want to open them, but we'll do that in a bit. Other ones, Old One's Army, done. That was a real fucking pain in the ass, but found a way to AFK farm Betsy, which was, yeah, well, we'll show that in the tour. And a lot of Defender's medals, so we don't need any more of those. Moonlord, we're making slow and steady progress. 6 of the trophies. Trophies are like really the hardest thing to get. Don't think we have any cultist trophies, which is not ideal, because we need 100 of them. So roughly killing about 1,000 of each boss. Should probably finish these ones off too. They're pretty easy for these trophies. They're less rare. But yeah, mainly we're trying to finish off all the more difficult bosses, because I have a feeling invulnerability machines are going to get patched out. Next update, which is not ideal. So we're doing all the harder ones, which use invulnerability machines. So probably Plantera is going to be the next really horrible one. But yeah, let's start a world tour. This is how we killed the wall of flesh. It's just one big long line. And well, this was the guide's house. You'd drop them into lava with some actuators, and then you'd turn this on, and boulders would kill it. You wouldn't even have to interact with it. Which is, incredibly useful, but now we need to kill the wall of flesh like 1,000 times, which I am not looking forward to or excited for whatsoever, because you need to wait for a guide to spawn, and it's not ideal. Not as bad as Skeletron though, which you can only kill once a day at all. Wall of flesh you could probably kill maybe 1 or 2 times if you're quick and get lucky with spawns, but yeah, it'd be tricky. It'd be tricky. Before I went into hard mode, I made this horrible thing. It's a general mob farm. Let me go turn off the mob switch, because I would like to show you this. It is quite fun, but also pretty awful. How do I do it again? There we go. And the enemies are just kind of killed. You put in a summon. Summon? There we go. And they're killed, but in early hard mode, you just wait for them to die by lava, which is slower, but still worked. That was just to get souls and stuff for mechanical bosses to kill them quickly, so you could, get all the best loot from the end of hard mode really quickly. Then also with this farm, because I built it all in pre-hard mode, you can see with the pre-hard mode logic, I've got a kind of not great truffle worm farm. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think it needs to be redone, but it works well enough. Let me see if I can see how it works again. I think it's like this. And you sit here and you just swing this and you teleport it across. No truffle worms on that one, but oh, there's a truffle worm. And you hopefully swing by and you get a truffle worm and a few glowing snails and stuff odd like that. But I think it needs an upgrade. This is not ideal, I don't think. I need to do some testing, if I'm honest. But yeah, it was fun just to get a few truffle worms to get good loot to kill the mechanical bosses. This is the next farm. It's like a all biomes sort of farm. It has no particular flooring, but it gets a lot of snow stuff because of the snow biome, but this was mainly for biome keys, which, we're doing pretty well on. You need 200 of each biome key, which, that takes a while, but, you get biome keys from everything, so it's really not the rarest thing in the world. But, yeah, slowly but surely. You also can't farm hallowed keys with the evil keys, which is, annoying, but if you just put a hallowed biome in one of your farms, in any farm, you'll just get keys, so, we'll slowly gather them over time. It's a pretty nice farm. We've also got this machine, which is a monstrosity, a horrible machine. it basically times for about 4 minutes. Then you put platinum coins in here, and every 4 minutes it'll release a platinum coin into the shimmer. And yeah, that'll get you 0.2 extra luck, which is handy. It helps make the farming faster. It's quite a smart system as well, because if it can detect whether a pile is empty, so you don't have to fill it up all the way. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I don't know, a bit of a wasteful machine. I think I'll use these sorts of machines for farming for gold critters mostly. We got the dungeon farm, which has two kind of tiers to it. You have the firewall side, which I think is this one. Yeah. And that gets you all the firewall stuff, which is good. Also, every minute you get teleported away. Well, every minute, yeah, I think it's about every minute, every 48 seconds. I'm not sure, but 2 to the 4 times 5 seconds. Work it out. But we've basically done with the dungeon. It's just kind of, we needed a lot of bones. I think we're pretty much done with the bones. Bone feathers, these BBQ ribs. These were a little tough to get. But, you know, with enough time, you can just sit here. The farm can also just start farming blue armored bones. So it'll swap which spawning platforms open. It also has another mode, which crazy. This light on means that it will teleport away any mobs whatsoever that can be teleported away. So it'll only leave cursed bones, cursed skulls, and some wizards from time to time, which helped for farming the cream soda. That was one. Because these took a while. These are really rare, only from cursed skulls and giant cursed skulls, and those are pretty annoying to get. But yeah, basically done with the dungeon. Got all of, kind of every single drop. And if I've forgotten one, well, whatever, I can come back. No problem, the farm is set up. Then we've got this horrible thing, which is a pretty boring, just hallow farm. Which, we've got kind of everything we need for that. Need more hallow keys, but, we'll get those in other farms as well. Apple pies was the big one. These will get in other farms, and these will get in other farms. I think these are from skeletons, and these are from salamanders, crawdads, and giant shellies. Which, the food items are the real bitch of them all. And these steaks you get in Undead Miners and also Solar Eclipse Enemy. But yeah, underground farms are all pretty much the same. You just need a lot of them, lots of different items. Pretty whack. Then you got this kind of thing, which was the Old One's Army bomb, which, we used a lot. You just basically sit in this invulnerability machine, you'd have hit this crystal, and it would just do it for you. All the loot would get siphoned off this way. These are little white cheeses that, keeps the enemies off the crystal. Most of them at least. then you'd have a high class summoning setup, and that would basically it'd defeat the whole army pretty easily. Huh. No wonder these didn't work. Anyway, it's done now. All of the items would get dropped off when you hit this quarter-second timer. It'll come up into here to be collected, so you don't have to constantly be like that. Ugh, so many enemies flying around. That's why I prefer the mob switch. You'd also have the crimson here, so you could get a biome torch bonus. You don't actually get any keys from Old One's Army's enemies. No money at all. It's completely pointless. Defender's medals, yay! But yeah, it'd kill a Betsy every 4 minutes, roughly. Which was, really fast. I didn't think this sort of farm would be possible at all. But it was. It's pretty simple, actually. I guess that's the power of Terra Prisma. So many enemies. So many enemies. What's next? Then we got more enemy farms, which I'm sure you're excited about. Well, we'll go to this one first, because it's more complete. This one farms desert enemies. It's on the crimson setting right now, because we need, well, a few crimson sharks for the crimson sand shark banner, which a rare banner. Sand sharks are actually kind of hard to spawn in. Either sandstorm and then very specific spawning requirements. I think you need to stand on sand. I think a shadow candle helped. I never really figured it out, but I finally got them spawning. So we just need those banners, and then we can get rid of them. We don't really need them after the banners. These nachos, those are tough. You can only get them during sandstorms, which are already really rare. But 45, that's not bad. Need some of these dark shards as well. But yeah, we finished the forbidden fragments, which is really good. The banana splits as well. Antolon mandibles. You only need like about 100 of these, 200 of these. So definitely very finished. Yeah, it's a pretty standard farm. It has some weird spawning requirements for the desert boss. What's his name? Desert elemental. And it needs 5 blocks of sand beneath it. So that's why you have an odd setup where the teleport is pushing it down instead of pushing it up, which, it works less well, but it's needed. Better than a volcano trap anyway. Then you've also got this system, which basically keeps you safe from solar eclipses. So every time it's in the morning, it'll try and skip the next day. And if there's a solar eclipse, these refresh. So you skip every single solar eclipse, and it will turn off all enemy spawning for 15 seconds first thing in the morning. Whilst it's skipping the time, or not. Sometimes you get duds. It also refreshes on blood moons, so whole price for safety. Yeah. I also have this jungle brick, because the spawn rate is severely reduced for underground desert during sandstorms, which is annoying. And the other surface farm, which we've completed using, got another one of these luck machines, which I didn't even use this. I thought it'd be more difficult, this area, but it's actually pretty easy. How do I turn it on? There it is. There we go. And we're done. Got the keys. Got tattered cloth, a lot of it. Got the ice cream. Got the ice feathers. Got the frost core. That was kind of all we needed it for. We're also collecting some of these banners because, why not? If you can get 100 of them, then may as well. But, it's not needed. 4 of these sets, which, is fun to have around. We're also collecting 1 of every non-stackable item, which, gotta be done. If I'm collecting 100 of every stackable item, that's like a small side quest almost. It's got the same system with the thing, it's just we don't have the sundial there because I've only got 2 of them. We haven't done much fishing. But yeah, it's mainly these food items that are the tough things. But yeah, that's all done. Don't have to come back here. What is next? This is the ocean farm, which, not even in the ocean. The ocean's kind of gone. Never mind. Environmental destruction's pretty cool. Yeah, it was used to collect. Well, mainly we're looking for these dyes, which, you need a lot of these. The dyes are, you need a lot of black dye for, like, there's a black and blue dye, there's a black and red dye, there's a black and orange dye, and then you need 100 of each of those. So I think you need around roughly 2,000 dye or something ridiculous for that. I think 1,950 dye, and you get 2 from each one of these. And yeah, it took a while. The purple mucus as well, need a lot of those. Yeah, it's a pretty simple farm. You just get teleported from here to here and killed by the dragon. The fastest rate you can get is corruption because no sand in the desert, and no sand, no desert can be formed in an ocean. And if it was jungle, only arapaimas would spawn, and those aren't exactly, all we're looking for. But yeah, we got everything. All the shrimpo boys as well, 210 of those, so over the target. Yeah, pretty easy. Not horrible. And then we come up here. I think I showed this off in the first episode. This is a pretty hard mode farm. I'm not sure if it needs to be updated for solar eclipses, but it's for seahorses, which, yeah, they take a while. This is a pirate farm. You basically stand on this, and the pirates come in. And yeah, we need a lot of them. It just takes a while for all these furniture sets, and especially the Flying Dutchman trophies. But hey, it was a farm I put together pretty quickly. It's not anything special. Oops. Whoopsie-daisy. Not anything special, just teleports from here into here. Yeah, that's about it. Of course, we're going to need loads more enemy farms. That's just kind of the nature of enemy farms. I think maybe the next one might be a hell farm, because I think that'd be quite interesting to design. You got to deal with guide voodoo dolls or that sort of thing. Make sure wall of flesh doesn't spawn, or maybe wall of flesh does spawn. I don't know. Have to see. But you know, who knows? Next farm is kind of, well, finish using it. It's a cactus farm, and a huge cactus farm at that. And yeah, all done using that. It was for these pink prickly pears. All of this. And you'd basically sit on here, harvesting like away, but you need a pick saw because of pink prickly pears need, what are they called? A pickaxe rather than an axe. Let's see if there is one. There is one. Here we go. And they can grow this low. So you'd harvest from here and then let them regrow. Which is good. This also means I don't need a pumpkin farm. Which is good because you can shimmer cactus to be pumpkins. And yeah, I won't ever need a cactus or a pumpkin again. This is an interesting farm. It is for farming, what are these called? Shaken tree drops. It's a pretty, it took a while to build this thing, I'm not gonna lie. And looking back on it, was it worth it? Not at all, no. You could have got the same effect with a minecart track. But I've made this. This is how it works. You sit here with your kind of less good axe. Flick this switch on. You mine there. And yeah. I really could have just used a minecart track. But whatever. We're slowly getting there. You just need a lot of the stuff. Oops. Yeah, oh yeah, you need to let that go to the beginning again. I also made one for jungle here. I don't know why I chose the same design, but I did. And it goes to the end, and it's very long, and it takes about 4 minutes to get through. Then you need to go through again. But yeah, you need a lot of these fruit from a lot of different biomes. So you have a terraformer to change biomes, but still takes a while. Then you got this horrible farm. It's Chlorophyte farm. And yeah, well, I kind of went overkill because, you know, you need a lot of chlorophyte. Chlorophyte's used for all sorts of things. You know, I haven't actually broken any altars in the world, so I don't have any hard mode ores that are naturally spawning, so I'm mainly getting those from chlorophyte ore for all the 100 anvils and stuff like that. Same thing with gold. I don't want to just mine it all. That seems to go against the point of the challenge, but yeah. Basically, you just sit with mud, hold in here. It goes pretty slowly, but you get a lot of it quite quickly, actually. And then you're teleported from layer to layer forever, for a long time. Yeah. Pretty simple farm, but quite important. What else is there? A big goal I had with this series was to, well, one of the bigger challenges was to finish off pink pearls, which are just unreasonably rare. There are 1 in 75 drop chance from oysters, and yeah, we've finally done it. But kind of in a little cheaty way. We use some potion decrafting methods, which I'm not proud of, but we'd already fished up a stack of oysters already, and AFK fishing is really fun, but it's also not very fun. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Never have to fish here again. Well, actually I do. That's a lie. We still need all the crates from each biome, 200 of each, which will take a while. 100 of each sundial as well. So we got quite a lot of fishing to do. Other things that haven't changed to this coral farm, which is terrible, but go check out my other video on coral farming, because there are better ones than this. This one is just crap. The last thing I'm going to show you before I kind of make something new is a what's called how I am killing Moonlord these days. Now, Moonlord is the hardest boss in the game, some would say, but not really. Like, it's a bit of an overstatement. The way I do it is I turn this thing on, which will be broken 1.4.5, but there's a replacement for it. It's just a lot more work to build than that one. That turns off all enemy projectiles. Then I get a good set of armor on, high defense. Then I come over here. Well, actually I need to grab a Shadow Jousting Lance. Then I enter this ugly looking thing, which is pretty fun. Yeah, let me just show you what it does. I need to put on a few things. Then I let it go. Yeah, so it's based off of Mappy's railgun, but it's just kind of like 5 of them glued together. And this is what it does to Moonlord. Poor guy. Speeds you up really fast. And let's see how fast we can kill this person. It kind of varies how fast you can kill it, but as Master Mode, Moonlord killed in about, what was that, 10 seconds? Yeah, that's actually pretty good. The real slow bit is killing cultists and going around the solar events. That is the real bore. But we have a few stations in vulnerability machines to help speed that up and make it more survivable. But now we're gonna go and check out how I did Megusa and build a cobweb farm. For today's build, we're in the Get Fix Boy world, where the Okrams, razors, whatever the Megusa was farmed, which is a fun little farm. Just this would get all the trophies up to you, which, with vertical conveyors, it's going to really help to not have to make these, because these are painful to make, and just a simple invincibility machine, which is fun. Built one of these, which, they don't work when you're nearby them, but they work when you're far away from them, which is good. But yeah, Cobweb farm. It's not going to be like a normal one where you just let the cobwebs grow. In Get Fix Boy and For the Worthy, they are spawned by what's called spiders, black recluses, and yeah, they get about like a stack in a minute, which is really overkill because we only need about 60,000, but the other farm is so much slower. And we got all the materials here, so yeah. Yeah, so it's completed. This took forever because the wiring that I did is horrifying and not great. I built this kind of on a whim like a year ago, and I forgot how it works, but I remember now. It basically cycles between teleporting it to each chamber. So it'll teleport to the top first, then to this one, then to this one, then to this one, all the way from the spawning area here. And from here, they have line of sight. These are special hoik platforms, which keep the spiders in, but makes it so you can see them. Same with these. They can't hit you, and it works pretty well. Then these dart traps for so they fire a dart every second that harvests the cobwebs, and it gets quite a lot theoretically. So yeah, let's give it a go. We need to turn this off. Alright, let's see. Some spiders escape, but they fall down and despawn. And it takes a few seconds for the farm to kind of warm up. But, look at that. It's, a hell of a farm. So this will easily get all the cobwebs we need for a long time. Ugh. Well, after sitting at this place for, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we have enough cobweb for a long time. Now, how much is actually enough cobweb? So, the main thing that we use cobweb for is silk and furniture, which, there's a lot of. There's 38 kinds of beds, and we need 100 of each of them. For a bed, you need 35 cobwebs. So you need 133,000 roughly cobwebs for all the beds. The sofas are slightly cheaper, 2 silk per sofa, 14 cobwebs per sofa, which is 53,200, and 14,000 for thrones. Then you have all the other miscellaneous stuff. So it's probably around 190,000. And well, yeah, that's done. Oh, it's so quick. So quick. I actually did a quick test on it for a couple minutes, and it's about 10,000 cobwebs per minute, which is 600,000 per hour, which is kind of ridiculous for such a tiny, simple farm. I love it. I love it. We're all finished. Now we just need to have all the other resources for beds, which, yeah. More pain, more pain. I love it. I love it.